Hey, my wonderful people, greetings to you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. And a happy new day. Today happens to be the 30th day. That is yes, 30th day. That is number 3 in the month of January in the year of 2024. Make I no mistake, go call 2023. I beg you. If I do that, maybe a mistake or slip of tongue or slip of mouth, according to my people. Anyway, we don't really have much time to waste because time is money, according to my dad here. And the issue why I gotta come for my people now, this issue of Shettima and his Oga will be Bola Ahmed Tinubu. According to them, they said they want to end insecurity in the southeast. And I also, when I first saw this headline, I asked, so Shettima being the headmaster and also the commander-in-chief of armed forces of Boko Haram in the northeast, northwest, and north central, where don't they just the ship seat enter the middle belt? So you never even see anything to talk on, only to come the end insecurity in the southeast. I know you people must have a very, very, very wicked and secret agenda or evil agenda against the southeasterners. And my only concern is that our prominent men who are there cannot even ask a simple question and ask this man. You want to end insecurity in the southeast as if the insecurity started in the southeast. You want to end insecurity in the southeast as if the southeast have become a war zone, just like what we are seeing in the middle belt, in the northeast, northwest, and north central, where over 200 people were murdered in 2 different months. Yes, so in the Plateau, and also what is happening in Nasarawa, between Nasarawa and Benue State, it is nothing to write home about. And this man, did God's forsaken man have the God to come to our land and begin to make mockery of us that he want to end insecurity in our land? My dear, make everybody shine their eye, yo. This one no be this one no be my yo. This one no be my case. This one I really call for concern because the agenda these people are going to unveil, the only thing they will do now is just to make sure that they subdue the Biafrans, the Southeasterners, through genocide, killing, massacre, and the rest of them. That will make people to begin to scamper and fear for their lives instead of coming outside to exercise their fundamental human right as a human being or as a Biafran or as a Nigerian. Charity begins at home. That is the headline. Condemn the slaughter of over 200 Christians killed in Plateau by Islamic Fulani herdsmen before talking about the state-sponsored insecurity in the east. According to indigenous people of Biafra, blast Shettima Sharif. Anyway, my people, now here we go start our news. Make una remember, charity begins at home. This message goes to the commander-in-chief of the Boko Haram, will be Kasim Shettima, the so-called vice president of the Fulani control government of Nigeria. But before we proceed, please help me like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. I beg our campaign are still going on, started from 2022, 2023, and still counting. Hashtag let the Biafran brief, and hashtag Biafran lives matters. Hashtag let the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brief, and hashtag Mazi Nnamdi Kanu life matters. So now here we go take the tutorial, they go. I say we don't enter new year. We go just the jollificate. Make sure you change your mentality. Make sure you change your mentality. That is where the whole thing started. If you are thinking, oh, I say I never smoke, I never womanize, I never do this, I never do that in this new year, my dear, that one is not your problem. Womanizing or smoking is never your problem. Your problem is your mentality and your sense of humor. Anyway, this one is IPROP press release. Now there we read this news, the reckless and unguided statement from the Nigerian Vice President Alhaji Shettima, who said that Tinubu's government will end insecurity in the southeast, is an indication that Tinubu's government is planning a genocide against Igbo. More so, it is a smart way of diverting attention from the genocide his boys are committing in Plateau State. The founder of terrorists and sponsors can deceive or divert the attention of some gullible Nigerians, but not the IPOB movement, led by the indomitable and unbreakable leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the great lion himself. In a recent visit of the so-called vice president of the country, home of the Deputy House of Representatives in Bende, Abia State, the Nigerian vice president, according to him, was quoted as saying that Tinubu's government will end terrorism in the southeast, and I asked, where is the terrorism? The hypocritical vice president didn't condemn the barbaric murder of innocent Christians in Plateau State by his boys, the Fulani terrorist herdsmen nicknamed bandits, but had the temerity to talk about state-sponsored insecurity in the southeast and calling it terrorism. Is that not a mockery in the eyes of the Igbos? This one is this one is a finger that is entering into the eyes of the Igbos. And the Igbos, prominent men are there, even clapping for him. And I ask, who do us, I beg? Who do we offend, and how do we get to this point? The whole world knows that the Southeast has been the most peaceful region in the zoo, called Nigeria, according to the United Nations Peace Index report. Those responsible for the violent crimes and kidnappings in the Southeast are the Fulani control government of Nigeria's sponsored Fulani herdsmen, bandits, and some misguided Igbo criminals hired just to blackmail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB movement. However, if Tinubu government has found it worthy to restore peace in Alibo by calling their recruited criminals and their Boko Haram security outfit to order, that will be a welcome development. Anything other than this, it is never welcome development in our territory. The only way Tinubu can stop insecurity and insurgency in the Southeast region is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every Dick and Harry need to calm down and start checkmating the criminals in our midst. This event, held in the personal house of Deputy House of Speaker in Bende, is an APC political party or a jamboree to congratulate themselves of rigging themselves back into the state and local governments. Hope Uzodinjo had gone the same in Owerri 3 months ago. Dave Umahi did it in Ebonyi State during his time as governor of that state. All this did not work because it was political show-off or jamboree by APC politicians and their so-called government of the day. There won't be peace in the Southeast until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. To restore genuine peace in the region, the following conditions should be met. Hear it and hear it clear. Shettima, this message goes to you. 1. They should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from DSS solitary confinement because everyone in the Southeast is behind him. Number 2. Withdraw all Fulani herdsmen and order them to desist from killing our people and taking our farmlands, raping and attacking Biafran communities in their bid to forcefully occupy our land for grazing their animals and to stop displacing the indigenous people from their lands all over Nigeria, but in Biafra territory in particular. Do not try it because the response will not be too good to hear. Number 3. Stop all the military and police checkpoints stationed across Alibu to harass, extort, kidnap, and kill innocent Biafrans at any little provocation. Until these dangerous checkpoints on our roads are removed, there will be no peace. Number 4. Release all IPOB members abducted unjustly by the Nigerian DSS and taken to the north and placed in dungeon of the Nigerian Army, the police, and the DSS. There will be no peace until these are done. Number 5. The northern oligarchy must stop insisting on imposing criminals and murderous individuals on us as Igbo political leaders like Nyesom Wike and others. The gathering of PIPE to P is a gathering of political vultures and have no different agenda from their predecessors who have displayed such political wickedness during their tenure in the past, according to the writer. It is said that charity begins at home. We expect that the Vice President Alhaji Shettima or Alhaji Kashim Shettima addresses the murderous activities of Boko Haram and other terrorist groups ravaging the northern Nigeria before addressing the menace of their state-sponsored criminals in Biafraland. In another development, he can't claim innocence and ignorance of the activities of the Wahhabi terrorists in the north. Alhaji Shettima was among the North elites who sponsored and propelled the Islamic jihadist movement in Nigeria. The idea of blackmailing Ndibo with the state-sponsored insecurity while hiding their marauding jihadists and terrorists Boko Haram is dead on arrival, according to the writer. The deceptive statement from the Vice President Alhaji Kashim Shettima should be a source of concern to Ndibo. Every Biafran should understand that the funeralization agenda is still much on course. Shettima, you can only deceive those your political jobbers, not intelligent people like IPOB members. The recent massacre of Christians in the Plateau State is a pointer for what is expected from the jihadist government of Nigeria. The unfortunate statement from Alhaji Shettima is a pointer. You get the point now, and jihadist government in Nigeria perhaps has concluded plans to commence long-awaited ethnic cleansing agenda against Ndibo in the name of quelling insecurity that they created in Biafraland. Ndi Igbo should be careful and not be carried away by the divide and conquer tactics of the so-called government of the day. The Fulani government of Nigeria and their media strategy is used to hype up the insecurity in the east while playing down the terrorist activities in the north. There have been bubbling peaceful Christmas season activities in the east on Christmas Day and throughout the season of Christmas. On the contrary, there had been massacre of Plateau Christians by Fulani terrorists disrupting the season's festivities for those Christians. The more they try to demonize Ndi Igbo, the more our God vindicated us, or our God vindicates us, according to the writer. If there is a region of terrorism concern, it should be the northern region of the damnable Republic of Animal Kingdom known as Nigeria, not the southeast region. If indeed Tinubu's government is serious in addressing the insecurity in the east, the antidote to that manufactured insecurity is the release of Nnamdi Kanu. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released today, the double agent terrorizing Ali Igbo will have no more justification of using his name in their criminalities. But the idea of intimidating the Supreme Court justice to use the instrumentality of laws to illegally detain Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that the government can buy time to unleash more blackmail on IPOB will be resisted. It is unfortunate that the Nigerian Supreme Court justice condemned the federal government for the illegal abduction and extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, yet lacks the courage to deliver justice. The weakness and the cowardice that the Supreme Court justices displayed in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has shown to the world that Nigeria is a pariah state, never a country, and can never be a country. Anytime you hear such a bloody statement from a terrorist sympathetic government against Ndi Igbo, they are up to something not good. And that is what the Igbos have to take precaution. Therefore, IPOB is warning Tinubu's government to abort any plans of military invasion of Biafraland or of sending their foot soldiers, the Fulani bandits and herdsmen to start mass killings in the south. IPOB volunteers and ESN will always defend our land against marauders, criminals. This message comes from Comrade Iman Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB in general. So my wonderful people, and I don't hear how the thing take view. This message have to be taken serious. So do not take it out of context, my dear. Do not sweep this under the carpet, because exactly what is written here is exactly what these people are planning to do. To use the instrumentality of military to invade our land all in the name of the one to quench what they call it, the insecurity. Whereas where the main insecurity is, the military are telling us that the place is not accessible. Where people went, how did the people access those places to kill over 200 and attack 17 communities? Now the military are telling us that to go to Boko and Biafraland is not accessible according to them. My dear, wahala deo. If this is how the so-called military are working, that means we have no military. It's better everybody resort to self-help. Just go and get your own pompo and guide yourself, because the government is not ready to guide you. Even if I'm seeing the fault of the middle belt, who cannot at least stand on one thing. The so-called chief of army staff have come out. Lagwaja said there's no need for any individual to carry arms. But the so-called Fulani herdsmen are allowed to carry AK-47 pump action of different types. Any crime, I mean, what the hell is wrong with Nigerian government? That's the question. What the hell is wrong with them? Anyway, my wonderful people, I beg on here, we go take stop. I know one shout, because as I promised earlier, I said 2024, no shouting, just reading, and you keep on listening and listening. So have a nice day. Share, like, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing to this channel for more and more interesting videos coming your way. My name is still Amandia, and is reporting live